So I made this whole video and I totally forgot probably what would be the biggest piece of information to give all you guys. I got my test results today. I don't have coronavirus. So, yay! I get to go back to work tomorrow. Whee! So, the Democrats have voted again to block the stimulus package. It seems so odd to me that the Democrats who want to give so much away to people now all of a sudden are unhappy with the idea of giving money to people. Why would they be? That's the question. Well, the answer is quite simple, and I've said this before. The Democrats don't want to give people just cash. If you just give people cash, that gives the people the freedom to buy the things they feel they need. There's no control over that. Democrats want to have control over what it is we spend our money on. They don't want to give us money. This is why Andrew Yang wasn't going to get anywhere with his desire to give everybody $1,000 a month. Right? I was opposed to that because it isn't sustainable. This I'm in favor for because it's a single-time injection of cash into the economy. It's kind of something we all really need right now. Right? We could all use an extra $1,000 this one time. It's not something where it's going to happen monthly. It's not even something where it's going to happen annually. I don't even think that this is going to happen more than this one time. I think they just want to give us all a handful of cash just to get us through. This isn't going to become a way of life. This is just going to be a thing. Right? But they don't want to give you money because that means you get to decide what you do with it. They want to decide what you do with it, how you spend it, what it gets spent on. Son of a bitch. I don't know who that is. That's why they're not in favor of it. It takes the control of what you spend that money out of their hands and puts it into yours. They hate the idea of that because they don't believe you're going to spend it responsibly. Now, granted, I imagine that there's more than a couple of people that are going to take their $1,000 check and buy $1,000 worth of toilet paper. That's fucking stupid, and I can almost agree with them in that respect. But you know, you got to kind of have more faith in the people than that, especially if you're choosing to represent them, right? But they don't want you to have money. The cold hard cash, no good. They want to be able to say, this is what we're going to give you for the money, because they want to give it all to people for fucking Green New Deal shit and abortions and whatnot. Because if you just give people cash, well, they might not use that to buy abortions. They might use that to buy food and hundreds of rolls of toilet paper. Right? So they want to be able to say, well, we want to take that money and use it for what we want it to be used for. Because that's how we think we're going to make things better. Fuck everybody else. You're all irresponsible. You don't get to make that decision. So that's why all of a sudden the Democrats don't want to give everybody a whole bunch of money, because Democrats never wanted to give people a whole bunch of money. You can see it in everything that they push forward. It isn't money for the citizenry. It's money for what we want to spend money on for the citizenry. So there you go. That's why they're going to continue to vote no on this. Of course, there's always the element of, heaven forbid, the Republicans do anything that might be successful, because then, the Democrats are still going to look fucking silly come November. But people are fucking pissed, man. And no matter how many times newspapers decide to change their headlines so that it's less and less blaming the people who are actually involved in saying no to all of this, it isn't going to matter. People fucking know. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. But for everybody out there who's like, well, don't worry, you're going to be getting your check. Are we? I don't know. Apparently not. So I wouldn't rely on that. Just saying. Hope for it. Like we hope that they'll fucking do anything. But if there are those of you out there who are relying on this $1,000 check, you're in an uphill battle. Because a whole lot of Republicans have to stay at home and can't vote on this shit because they're sick. And the Democrats are taking full advantage of that. They're now not really so much in a minority, or in a majority, but they have enough to where they can just halt everything. And they are. So, I don't know. Like, it's so crazy to me. The party that fucking is in favor of doing all of these wonderful social programs for people, the one time that they have the opportunity to do a wonderful social program, because it's not something that's going to continue to the point where it breaks us, and because it's not something that they can have utter fucking control over, now they don't like it. There you go.